Hold on, wait.
I'm gonna finish.
No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am.
You're gonna finish.
So
you're on my show. Hold on. You're on my show. Understand where you're at, okay? Here's the thing with entrepreneurial successful women. They behave like men. They're assertive. They're dominant. If I let her, she would have gone ahead and tried to overtalk me on my own show.
And combative.
And combative.
That correct me, like we've been over masculinized in this society for sure. I want to be feminine.
Okay, but here's the problem.
But hold on.
Thank
Stop.
you,
Hold on.
genuinely.
See that?
Thank you.
No. Hold on. Your sexual market value or your ability to attract a partner is not contingent upon your workload. Versus for us, our ability to attract a female is 100% contingent on our workload and our ability to work. So, no guy sits there and says, oh yeah, the most important thing for me is having a woman that's ambitious. No, that's a lie. But for women,
A go-getter.
they want a guy that's ambitious and a go-getter. So, knowing that, living with a female makes you soft. Now, some of you might say, no, I can help you out and shit like that. But let's be honest, you want to go to work? Oh, no, stay and watch movies with me. Oh, let's have ice cream.
My feelings.
Why? So it's like, what ends up happening, and they've done studies on this with men that are married and have kids, their testosterone actually goes down. They start getting complacent, start gaining weight, they start feeling comfortable. And as a man, I think comfort is one of your arch nemesis. So to stay sharp, you either live alone or live with guys that are also ambitious.
Live with guys.
Live with men, yeah. If I mean, I live alone, but if you really want to have, if you really want to have competition, you live in a big ass mansion with your buddies or some shit or your brother, I think that's a good way that's better off than living with a woman. So, and then also the other thing too that's important.
You wouldn't get complacent living in a crib with a bunch of men?
No, because men naturally compete.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Men naturally compete, so that wouldn't be an issue. The other thing too with living with a woman is you become familiar. And unfortunately for women, familiarity builds contempt, right? And I've always said a woman's imagination is your best tool as a guy. So when she doesn't know what you're doing all the time, you actually become far more attractive. So you're better off not living with her. There's just too many advantages to not living with women, right? Between being lazier, getting fatter, losing your drive, losing your edge, being too familiar. Women need a lot of stimuli to stay attracted to a man. And I think by you not being with her, you inevitably ignite these stimuli that will make you more attractive.
Nah, man, I think it's on the guy to have those boundaries to not let something like that happen. For him to give up on his workload and not go to work so he can watch a movie. That's on the guy to hold his boundaries.
Okay,
straight.
hold on one sec. That's coming from you.
Let me finish.
Hold on, wait.
I'm gonna finish.
No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am.
You're gonna finish.
So
you're on my show. Hold on. You're on my show. Understand where you're at. Okay. That's number one.
Okay.
Number two, you got to understand, just because I already know where you're going with this, I'm talking to 3,000 plus women, a lot of them successful like you, understand that a minority of women have that mindset. And a minority of women understand that a man's job comes first. Most of them are more interested in, I come first, your job, so hang out with me. And the guy will have to listen to a bunch of lip and headaches for going to work. So what will he do? To avoid the argument, he will stay with the wife.
Well, your dad is really successful.
But you got to work and make the money. If you don't go to work,
be quiet.
how are you going to make the money?
The point I'm trying to make is she understands that going to work is important because she's an entrepreneur, but most women aren't. And they're going to be angry and feel some type of way by you going to work instead of hanging out with her.
I don't know.
So that mindset that you have is a minority of females.
But you see, now what you're saying is you already know that you have to be with a woman who's an entrepreneur or who understands that coming from you in order for you to have a relationship with her. Because if you're attracted from a regular woman, a female, you're attracted, and she works a 9 to 5, and then you start the relationship with her, and she's very needy, right there and then, that's a no-go.
Okay.
So you can't continue this.
Let's have fun with this. Let's rewind 20 seconds. Successful entrepreneur, right? Right here, right? I was making a statement, or she was making a statement. I cut in, and she said, I'm going to finish. And I was like, no, you're not going to finish. I'm going to finish. Here's the thing with entrepreneurial successful women. They behave like men. They're assertive. They're dominant. If I let her, she would have gone ahead and tried to overtalk me on my own show.
And combative.
And combative. And I don't like to use that example, but I think it's the most organic example that we literally just witnessed now. Entrepreneurial women tend to have these traits that are very masculine. Guess what? I don't want to date myself. I want to date a woman that's a woman. Though you're saying be with an entrepreneurial woman because she'll understand your grind, that's cool and all, but then I have to deal with the headaches of arguing with her like we almost just got into now.
Yep.
So that's why we don't like entrepreneurial women, because we don't want to date ourselves.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Correct me, we've been over masculinized in this society for sure. I want to be feminine.
Okay, but here's the problem.
But hold on.
Thank
Stop.
you,
Hold on.
genuinely.
See that?
Thank
No,
you.
hold on. You think I enjoyed telling you to be quiet? I'm going to speak. It's very annoying. Imagine doing this every fucking day.
Yeah.
So, men want to just be able to have peace and relax. We don't want to have to argue with you. Now, they're like, great, like, I want more guys that could do that. Most of us don't want to do that shit.
Yeah.
I have to already go out into the world and fight men all the time when I'm competing.
Yep.
Last thing I want to do is be talking, and then my girl sits there and says, well, I'm talking, I want to say something because she's an entrepreneur and she runs her business, and then I got to fight with her. Like, no, we'd rather just deal with a girl that's young, attractive, not going to argue with me and everything else like that. So, entrepreneurial women think you guys think you're like super attractive and a catch, but to be honest with y'all, a lot of you guys are headaches. No offense.
But a relationship is a two-way. You have to give and take. And right now, in that scenario right there that
Yeah.
you just told her, I know you didn't want to go through that.
Yeah.
But by you telling her, she already said, you know what, I'm sorry. Forgive her. And then you're like, you know what, all right.
Sorry,
you move
raise your
forward.
hand if you're
But-
married. Okay, got you, right?
Now, I get what you're saying. On paper, that's like, that could work, but you got to understand there's death by 1,000 paper cuts. I don't want to have to sit there and constantly have to assert my dominance and my masculinity to my girl all the time. It's annoying.
But
Like, I'm
all
doing it on this
females-
show, right, because it is what it is. But what I'm trying to explain to you is that it's extremely tiresome and annoying and frustrating to constantly have to assert your masculinity with your woman. Does that make sense?
But would
Because
you
we already
not-
have to do that when we go out into the real world.
Would
So
you
you
not have
basically
that
don't want
with
her-
the girl who was wanting to eat ice cream and be in bed all day, though? Who's whinging on it?
Because I could just tell her, no, I'm not going. Or sorry, I'm not gonna go have ice cream with you. I might have to deal with a little bit of a headache later on. Like,
Yeah, man.
But
yeah,
what's easier? Me telling her I'm not eating ice cream with you and I leave, versus a girl that she'll understand. Okay, baby, I understand. You got to go work, or whatever. But then when I come home, she's challenging me on everything.
Yeah.
You got to pick your battle, right? So I'd rather deal with a submissive woman that I could tell her, no, I'm doing this, versus a girl that she understands my struggle because she's also an entrepreneur. But I got to deal with her masculine energy all the time.
So you'd rather like a lapdog girlfriend?
See, that's another extreme.
Yeah.
See, here's the problem,
I
right?
know, but I feel like that's what it is.
No, you say you feel
Fresh,
like
get her.
You feel like. See, here's the problem, right?
Get it fresh.
A lot of guys work their asses off for the home, and to come home to a nagging person is incredibly destructive.
Agreed.
And vice
Agreed.
versa.
And it's funny
Agreed.
because a lot of men say, "Oh, well, I can help you, babe. I'm an entrepreneur too as well." The problem is, you guys kind of attack us passively, not always directly. You might say, "You know what? All right, my man's home, but I feel like he's doing X, Y, Z." Versus, he's tired. He wants to relax, sit down, and just chill.
Sit
You're
down,
like,
massage, back rub.
Baby,
Hold
you're
on,
on your
hold on.
way. You're on your
Do you do
way.
that
I'm
though?
ready. You deserve first.
If I had a husband, I would. If I had a man at home, yes.
You should.
Hold on. What happens is though, you guys often more often than not, you guys nag them slowly but surely, and it's funny because like you think you're helping them, but you're actually hurting them. And the guy
Yes,
that's working his ass off is like, "Yo, come home to you
Yes.
to chill and relax and wind down. You're making it worse by arguing with me.
Yes.
It's annoying." Where's your
You
man
know,
now?
thank you so much. This has been so. This whole thing
Eye-opening?
has been. Oh my god. Well, I mean, I've done a lot of work for
Enlightening.
myself, but to hear you guys talk, straight up, it's been amazing.